Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara, if you did not know. More importantly, if you did not know, I'm obsessed with Magnolia Parks. That really has nothing to do with this video, but look at this shirt. Are you absolutely joking? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? This is from the comment room, if anybody's curious. I'm quite literally obsessed. I just got this today and I feel like I'm never gonna take it off. But I've been a little bit slacking on my reading. When I traveled and I was in Portland for spring break, I was reading a lot on my Kindle. I read like 6 books that week. Like, I was reading a lot. But since I got back, I haven't really read too much. I thought what better than to attempt to get through my physical TBR, but mostly try to just get out of a reading slump because I haven't been reading too much since I got back. Then I would do a 24-hour reading vlog and try to mood read, try to just read things that make me happy and books that I think I'm going to enjoy so that I want to read. A few days ago, I decided, because my best friend Kat, as you guys all know, she is my bestie. This is nothing new, but she a few months ago got the first Magnolia Parks book and she has been reading it, and it made me want to reread it and tab it up even more than before. I am a little bit over halfway. I have this much left, and look at how much more tabbed she is than when we started. This is crazy. It's so crazy that I have run out of tabs and I had to order some more. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to continue reading Magnolia Parks today, if that's going to count towards this video, or if I want to start something new and wait for the tabs to come in. I really want to read Butcher and Blackbird. I think that's where I want to start this video because I just need like a witty, fun romance, and I think this is what's going to give it to me. I think we're going to start with Butcher and Blackbird. Now, if you guys have seen 24-hour reading vlogs before, you would know that I am a full-time student. I work full-time also. I have an internship. I'm quite busy. I can't do the full 24 hours straight. I have other priorities. So what I do is I set a timer and I just read for as long as I can, stop the timer, and then pick up the book later on and continue. And I just read until the 24-hour time frame runs out. So I'm reading for 24 hours, just not 24 hours straight, if that makes sense. But we are starting with Butcher and Blackbird. I'm very excited. I've heard great things about this. I've heard that it's funny. It's kind of like a weird type of romance because they're serial killers. Whatever, we're just gonna dive in and see what happens. Okay, I have not started reading yet. I'm about to start, but I didn't yet because I decided that I wanted to set up some books a little different. So I want to show how I set up some books. Over here, which is where I normally set up my camera to film, these are all books that are unread. Minus 4 that are over on my normal shelf. Like series, I don't know. Ignore the fact that the date's not the same, but these are all my unread books. Besides Butcher and Blackbird, because I'm about to start that right now. I thought putting them there would be good so that when I'm sitting in my bed reading, I can look and see like all of the books that I have unread, and I can't be like, let me buy another book, because I can see all the ones that I haven't read. Make sense? I'm starting Butcher and Blackbird now. I'm very excited. I started rereading Magnolia Parks like a week and a half ago because I was in a reading slump, needed something to get me out of it. I don't know if I'm out of it at this point, but I will say I think I'm more upset the second time around reading this book than I was the first, because at least the first time around like everything came as a shock, but in this time reading it I know what's gonna happen. So every time I'm like excited or happy about something, I'm like just you wait. I did bawl my eyes out. It's weird because I read this in September of last year, so I read this about 6 months ago. Going back and like re-tabbing it, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot in there. There's like new things that I relate to. 5 stars again, like I'm obsessed with this series. I love this book so much. So sad, but I love this book, and I love Jessa Hastings' writing, and I talked about in the Magnolia Parks Into the Dark read that I did when I vlogged, like me reading that, I talked about like how things were placed so carefully like through the series, and in this book in particular, like everything is set up. Obviously this is the first book. I was just thinking about how like I'm having Kat read this book and she's liking it so far, but she's doing study abroad, so it's like taking her a while to get through it. I'm just thinking about how like there are things in the book that I feel like she's gonna ask me what it means, but I literally can't say anything because it doesn't like give you the answer until the last Magnolia Parks book. I like the way everything is set up. I mean, I'm not gonna like sit here and really go into detail because I've already read this book and I've already shared my review, but pulled me out of a slump before. It's doing something again. I've just been so busy. I think my reading slump doesn't come from what I've been reading. I think it comes from just the fact that I've been so busy that if I'm not doing anything, I just want to like sit and do nothing. I do want to reread the rest of the series and just like keep going through it, but I think I'm gonna hold off until like I need to be pulled out of a reading slump. I'm going to try to finish Butcher and Blackbird today, which I probably can do because I'm like halfway through it. I am really liking that so far as well. Something that I feel like people don't mention about the book is the fact that yes, it's about two like serial killers, but it's also they go a really long time without seeing each other. Like they'll talk on like text and things like that, but they'll go like 6 months to a year without like seeing each other in person. So the moments that they're together in person, there's like so much tension. They keep like almost kissing or like almost having a moment, and then it like gets cut short and then they don't see each other for a while again. So I don't have too much to say about it right now, just because it's that kind of back and forth where like there's some tension because they haven't seen each other and they want to act on things, but then like something happens and then they end up leaving and like whatever. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's funny if you need like a light-hearted, it feels weird saying light-hearted because it's about serial killers. If you need like an easy fun book with some romance, I would recommend that one, but I'm gonna keep reading. I have 20 hours left, I think. I just closed out of my 20 hours and 15 minutes, so gonna keep reading. I'll update you guys when I finish Butcher and Blackbird, which will probably be tonight. So I'm back. I'm annoyed. Finished Butcher and Blackbird. I really liked this. I gave it a 4-star. It was funny, spicy, good tension. I really enjoyed the characters. I really liked Rowan. It was an interesting plot line that I hadn't read about before, so I thoroughly enjoyed this. Then I read, because these books were both very short, I didn't really film, I don't think, anything about these. I read The Kraken Sacrifice, which I gave 2 stars. This had potential. The only reason I'm telling you guys what my rating was is because I filmed my wrap up already, so you guys already know. 2 stars. This had potential, okay? This is about a girl who sells herself to like the kings of the underworld. For 7 years, she ends up going and living there. Super smutty, but he's a Kraken king, so he has tentacles. Then I read and really enjoyed Dungeons and Drama. This is kind of giving Check and Mate vibes by Ali Hazelwood, so if you liked that, I would say go into this one, but personally, I enjoyed this a little bit more. If you were kind of iffy about Check and Mate, I would go into this. It's a YA book, so don't go in expecting smut or anything crazy, but it's about this boy named Nathan who goes to school with this girl named Riley, and Riley ends up getting grounded and she has to work at her dad's like gaming store for 2 months, and that is where Nathan works, and he's in this Dungeons and Dragons club type thing. She ends up fake dating him to make her ex-boyfriend jealous, but also to make the girl that he likes jealous so that she is interested in him. So they're just kind of fake dating each other for their own personal gain. Obviously, what do you think is gonna happen, right? It's a romance book, so what do you think is gonna happen? I really liked it. I thought it was really cute. It was a quick read, but I am in a reading slump. I'm in a reading slump. It is officially 9 days into the month and I have not read a book. I am 20% of the way through The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and I cannot bring myself to continue reading it. It's killing me inside. Like, I can't, nothing's happening, and I'm reading it, and everybody's hyping it up, and everybody's like, you have to read this, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. Guys, it's not doing anything for me. Like, I can't continue doing this. And I have like 17 hours left. So I need to pick a book that is going to change my life. I obviously really want to read a book that's on my April TBR, but those books are either long or fantasy, so I'm not really in a fantasy mood, but the one book that I'm praying pulls me out of this slump is The 7-Year Slip. Now, I said in my April TBR video that I wanted to read this last in the month because I had a feeling that the other books that I would read in the month of April, according to my TBR, would put me in a slump. I need this book right now. I just watched a reading vlog where somebody read it and said that this book changed their life, like it was the greatest thing they've ever read. So I need to be involved in this. This is a romance, but I've heard that it's super heartbreaking. So we'll see what happens, but I am going to go into this book now. Hopefully this does something for me, even if it just gives me a little bit of a push to like read a little bit more. I just want to read something off of my TBR so I feel accomplished. But this is the book that we're going into right now. Hopefully things turn around, but right now I'm not doing so well. put all of Book Talk and BookTube in a book slump because I am not liking anything that I'm reading. I finished The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I need to sit on my thoughts a little bit more. I'm gonna film my wrap up in a few days and I'll talk more about my thoughts. But as of right now, I have read like 2 books in April. I liked one of them and didn't love the other one. So I'm currently reading Ghosted by Chloe, who's it by? Oh, it's in my bag. Oh, Rosie Walsh. I had a Chloe Walsh book sitting next to me and I was like, it's definitely not Chloe Walsh. But I'm reading Ghosted currently, about this girl who like had this romance with some guy. He just like cut her off with no explanation and she's like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm liking it so far. It's a different type of book. Like I think it's just like a fiction. Like it's not like a romance or anything. I really want to spend the rest of today reading. I'm going to try to switch between, like I want to read this and then maybe start like an audiobook or something so I can clean and like be productive and stuff and still get some sort of reading up here. And I'm gonna count that in my reading for 24 hours. The span in which this video is being filmed over is ridiculous. I cannot believe it's taking me this long to get through the 24 hours. I have 10 left, so I'll definitely finish today. I'm gonna just tap out today because I can't live like this anymore. There's supposed new albums out, so I've just been listening to that while I'm reading because I feel like it matches the vibes of just like good reading. And I was also sick last night, so I'm gonna try to chill out for a second. I'm gonna finish this. I think I want to listen to Aragon. Let me check if it's on Spotify. I think I want to listen to this. Oh wait, why am I on Spotify searching Spotify? Girl, get a grip. Is it? Yay! Okay, I'll listen to Aragon later. This was not on my April TBR, but I don't think so, actually. Was it? I don't think so. But the other books are really thick and I don't want to read them. I need to get back on my reading grind, but like I'm not liking anything that I'm reading, but I just filmed my TBR video for May just so it's ready to go. I still have like a week left in this month, so we're fine, but I just wanted to film it and get it over with so that I didn't have to worry about it later. And the books that I'm planning on reading in May, I'm really excited about. So hopefully they pull me out of the slump that I'm in. I'm gonna try to film another reading vlog starting probably tomorrow whenever I finish this. That's the plan. And hopefully I'm picking books for that I also enjoy. So anyways, see you guys later. Books. This is actually crazy how many books this is, but keep in mind this was meant to be a 24-hour reading vlog and it technically was. I started filming this a month ago. Anyways, we're gonna go through the books that I read. And then as I get to the books that I was just finishing, I'll talk about those. But starting with Magnolia Parks, you guys already know I'm obsessed with this series. It's my favorite ever. I don't need to say anything else about this. You guys already know I love it. I read Butcher and Blackbird, really enjoyed this one like a lot. And then I think because I'd read a few really good books. Oh, my camera battery's about to die. I also read Dungeons and Drama. This was a good one. I have no words for this one. 7 Year Slip. Loved this one. Ghosted was great. Serpent and the Wings of the Night. I didn't love. Whoops. Aragon. I'm halfway through this and she's good. I'm exhausted from this video. That's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.